Greetings, fellow Armchair Imagineers. Tiki here, and I am back with another WDWMagic Imagineering competition video. Yeah! And with me tonight is Space Mountain. How you doing tonight, Space?
I'm doing all right, Tiki. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. It was relaxing.
Oh
Ate a
yeah, me
little
too.
turkey.
Me too. Very quiet. Not a whole lot of family coming around, which was nice.
Mm.
Just
And
me,
sometimes,
my dad, my grandparents. I was like,
yeah,
no
that's
drama.
something you always want to avoid.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
oh yeah.
holiday.
Speaking of avoiding drama, let's try and recap a WDW Magic Imagineering competition.
Let's try to not screw this one up.
Let's try. Let's try. I think we're good. I think we're good.
I,
I think out of all the competitions, I think Soul Imagineer is the one we're going to be like, okay, let's kind of toe the line with the drama. This,
yeah,
I think we're fine. This is merely in the spirit of good competition. So, do you want to explain to everyone what the Elite Eight is on WDW Magic?
sure. So, for anyone who doesn't know or is new to the forums, the Elite Eight, or as formerly known, the ICS tournament, ooh, fancy, is basically the year-end tournament for all of the competitions in the 2015 season. So we've had 4 competitions so far that have counted towards the overall point standings: the Soul Imagineer, Creator Games, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and the Choice. And the top 8 in the standings now face off in a March Madness style tournament, which is like a bracketed tournament where the highest seed plays the lowest seed, and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Okay,
basically
so yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's basically it.
Okay. All right. So there were a couple people who didn't participate, like you, for example. You were in the standings, right?
Yeah, but then I had to take a left turn out.
Totally understandable.
School
Totally
got
understandable.
overwhelming, and after today, I'm gonna have to go into a little bit more.
You're basically going to have to go to the Dagobah system and just go into exile
Pretty much.
through finals.
But I mean, I'll be around. But I care too much about the quality of competition projects that I wouldn't want to throw something in like half-heartedly and just to have something, and I wouldn't want to take a spot
Well,
away.
that's the difference between you and me, my friend.
Well, the main reason why was because Sam had always, he was so close to being,
Yeah, he was very close, very close.
and I felt bad, because I knew that maybe I could have gotten something in the first round, but I knew for a fact the second round, if I made it that far, if I was lucky to, I'd have to, the other person would win. I couldn't be able to submit something. I knew that going in, so I couldn't really take that spot.
All
Which
right, so
yeah.
with that in mind, you want to start breaking down kind of the brackets that we have?
Sure. All right. So our first seed is Armichael. He actually ran away with the first seed because he just won the choice. I think he has the first seed.
He won the choice. He was runner up in I'm sorry, in the
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Sorcerer's Apprentice. Yes.
And then he was like 4th or 5th place in the Creator Games. Then he hosted Soul
Correct.
Imagineering. So he's basically
Correct.
been in an upward trajectory the entire year. And he's facing off against the number 8 seed, which is Sam. And Sam, I think he's played in 2 competitions this year. He played in
He
played
was
in
in the
Soul
Soul
Imagineering.
Imagineer very briefly.
I think, yeah, wasn't he? I think he got out in round 2 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was with Aaron
And
O.
then he actually made a deep run into Sorcerer's Apprentice.
He did. I think he got 3rd or 4th. He was, when
Something
it
like
got down
that.
to the final 4, I think he was him and D Squared were the 2 people left from Team Goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he helped host the Creator Games, and then he was an advisor for the choice. So he's been involved in all 4 of the competitions. So is there anything, do you have a favorite in this round?
I mean, like any kind of like bracketed competition like this, where the first seed is going up against the 8th seed, I think it's pretty it's pretty obvious that Sam's the underdog here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do find it interesting though that a lot of times in these brackets, at least for our purposes, the top seeds are really the ones that had might not necessarily. I mean, all these people are talented, but it could very well be that an underdog could take the slot in these types of challenges. That happened last year a few times. You know, a 4 seed or a 6 seed would be the 3 seed, so on and so forth.
Right, right.
It's possible that could happen, but I think I agree with you here. Sam's got an uphill battle. I mean, he already posted.
He does.
He already posted in the League of Dreamers thread that he had to drop out of that one because he's busy this week. So, and busyness has a lot to do with how well you do in these competitions. So I think with that said, I'd have to say the favorite for that one would be Michael.
I think Michael's strength just kind of lies in his presentation because he can put together a kick-ass website, as we saw that kind of made him sort of run away with the title of the choice.
Oh yeah.
I would say Sam's strength is just his passion for the boards in general and just his motivation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would actually say that if anyone was going to go up against Michael too, because one of Michael's strengths is his writing. I think that's one of his big.
Definitely.
I actually think Sam's a pretty good writer too, from what I've seen. Just like the sophistication when he writes is pretty apparent to me. And I think if anyone was going to go up against Michael in terms of writing, I think he could actually hold his own against Michael. So I think it's going to be Michael. I think it's going to be who has the most time in this one, to be honest.
I think that's going to come down to a lot of them, especially in the first round. Yeah.
It's going to be who has this first week where they can dedicate their time to a solid project.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Sam's behind the 8 ball already, based on what he was saying before, how he has a bunch of things this week. But we'll see how it plays out. Who knows? He might put something together at the last minute that's really good. And it all depends on what the challenge is, too.
Or he might be like kind of bluffing us all, and maybe that thing that he's dropping out of, dropping out of League of Dreamers for is this.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like gonna take like this whole week and just cram on it. And if he does that, if he does do something like that, I think he has a legit shot because the kid's got the passion for it.
Exactly. Yeah. I think he's been very eager to play this game, and I think excitement and enthusiasm for something goes a long way to how much you dedicate your time to it. So I think that he definitely has a good shot in that regard. But we'll see.
Is he frozen? I think he's frozen. Come back, Space. Come back. I don't know if it's me or him. Oh, boy. Hello? Hello? And he's still frozen. Ooh, okay, maybe he'll come back in. Sorry about this, folks. I guess in the meantime, I will go ahead and look up the next seed, which I don't actually have in front of me. So.
Sorry. Was that me?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
I didn't know what happened there.
I didn't either. It's all good.
Okay. Well, we finished that one. That was probably.
Oh God. Man, your audio keeps cutting out. I don't know. It should be fine now. It should be fine.
All right. Midnight troubles on the East Coast. Yeah.
I was about to bore the audience with my rendition of a song from Gravity Falls, which
Well,
is
I was talking to
simple.
myself the whole time, so if I was live, then they're maybe rambling.
And that song from Gravity Falls is just simply do 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 do. I'm a stuffed animal tree. Do 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 do. I'm a stuffed animal tree. All right. Moving on. Moving on.
That sounds good. All right.
It's
So
amazing.
the next round we got ID Institute and Joker's Wild. ID Institute's the
Wait,
2 seed.
Joker's is actually playing?
I believe so.
I did not know that. Okay. Okay.
He posted Saturday maybe or Wednesday. I don't
Well,
forget which.
he was on the Disney Debates podcast. I just
He
did not
was.
know he
And
was
then
planning on.
after, I think after the debate, he said yes.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Well, that's
Cool.
kind of a surprise. I actually kind of assumed he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you think about this one? This is an interesting matchup, I think.
Well, IDI, man, he's been another one who's kind of dominated throughout a lot of the time because he was eliminated early on in Sorcerer's Apprentice, but obviously he won he won the Soul Imagineer.
Yes, he did.
And he made it to the final four in the choice.
He
So
did.
I believe he was the runner up in the choice, right?
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really close to being first. I think he put up a pretty stellar project.
And I know it doesn't count for ICS points, but he was also runner up in 1984.
He was, and I think, yeah, I think he's been on a roll as of late, and I think he's really come into his own this year. I think last year he went up against England in the first round of the Elite Eight, and that was a tough matchup. But I think
that was basically the equivalent to the matchup we have right now with Armichael and Sam.
Yeah, I agree with that. As someone who's really passionate against the boards, who's someone who's just very talented.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good comparison. This one, I don't know if I can draw the same comparison to that. I just think he's matured this year. I mean, I worked with him in the creator games. He's great at ideas, which in a individual challenge you need to have strong individual concepts. You can't rely on other teammates to come up with the ideas. But with that regard, I think Jokers has really good ideas too. There were some times in the Sorcerer's Apprentice where he'd basically come up with the project by himself, and then other people would work off of him. So,
oh yeah, Joker's definitely is an idea guy. I think that's kind of where his strength lies. Joker's problem is that it's going to be much like you. I believe he's probably going to be in the middle of finals when this
especially
is going on.
If he gets past this first round, if he's able to, he's going to run into the same problem that I do. So
right.
Picking him to win it all, I don't know, but I could see an upset here, just because I think he has a lot of experience.
I'm gonna have to favor IDI in this matchup, but yeah, I could see it. I could see it if IDI just doesn't have the time, and if Jokers gets like really passionate about it, because that's the thing. Jokers can definitely turn on the passion when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think.
All right, screw it. I'm just gonna write like a 10-page essay about it because fuck it.
Yeah, but
personality.
I think you got a good point there. I think number one, it has to do with how much time is he going to have, and I think number two, that also correlates with what kind of challenge it is. If it's something that he enjoys, I think he's going to win. But
that's the big question, of course. That's the big question: is what are these challenges?
Well, I do know a little bit of them because.
Oh boy.
But I mean, I'm not going to say it here, obviously, because.
Well, maybe we'll talk off air. No,
we won't at all. I only knew that because I asked Wyatt if he was still going to host this year, and we bounced ideas off each other, and I think he's going to go with some of them that I had seen. But anyway, they do look pretty awesome, I will say. But yeah, I don't know what he's
like. Some of the things you guys had lined up in the choice, then it should be pretty exciting.
I'd be along the same lines as those. Yeah.
Cool.
In terms of like interesting stuff.
Like stuff that kind of goes outside the lines of what you normally expect.
It's not gonna be like make a dark ride, something like that. I mean, those have been done so many times on these boards.
Make
It's
a
gonna,
new land, make a dark ride, make a
it's gonna be,
restaurant, make an e-ticket.
I'm actually gonna be curious to see in the next year or so what the challenges end up evolving into, because there's only so many times you can say build a dark ride before.
Right, right.
So I'm curious to see like what the new Soul Imagineer, or what your competition is going to be like.
Oh, we have our project list nailed down, and let me tell you, it's going to be. I've teased this before. It's going to be all horror movie inspired to a certain
Wow.
extent.
All right,
So
sounds good.
yeah, I mean that's something right there.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so actually, you know what? I'm going to agree with you. For tentatively, I'll go IDI
Mhm.
in this round. Um, but it'll also depend on. Well, I mean, I can't. There is no brainstorming thing I can look at, so I don't know if he likes it.
That's true.
The only way I'll know that if he posts, I like this idea.
Oh,
No, town
right,
hall.
right.
For now, I'm gonna go with IDI.
Well, I
But
don't know. I know Joker's personality, so when it gets posted, I can probably tell whether or not he'll run with it.
okay, all right.
If it's anything to do with like Jules Verne or 20,000 Leagues or Disney Sea or anything like that, then he'll be on it like white on rice.
All righty. All right. So you want to move on to the next one?
Sure, sure.
All right. So next round, this is my favorite round actually. Is
Is it?
number 3 seed T Cool, who's now T Cool 123. You gotta pay attention to that. Can't tag at T Cool now. You gotta tag at T Cool one two
Right,
three.
right.
Not gonna get the notification. Against the number 6 seed D Squared.
Oh yeah, that is. I would say that is the most even matchup that we have right here, right here.
I really like this matchup, and
Hmm.
I'm really interested to see how it plays out. I don't even know who to pick right now, to be honest.
I know it's a tough one, man. I mean, T. Ghoul, he obviously is the winner of the of the Sorcerer's
Yeah.
Apprentice.
And he came in second in the Soul Imagineer, and he came in third in the or fourth in the Crater Games, and he didn't even have
Mhm.
to play. He didn't have to play the choice to get third in the standings. That's how good he was in the first three.
Right, right, exactly, exactly.
But D Squared was fourth in the fourth or third in the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and then he was third in the choice.
Hmm.
So it's like they're really very evenly matched here.
I think D squared might have more unconventional ideas than T Cool does, if that makes any sense.
He does. I think
I
T
think D squared is someone who's able to kind of think outside the box just a little bit more, whereas T Cool kind of likes to stick to more traditional Disney.
which is fine. I think it works well for his style.
Both ways work well, and actually, if you follow "So You Want to Be an Imagineer," that's kind of something that came up over and over again. The whole idea of purist, being a purist to Disney versus being an innovator, and they both have their strengths. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which is why I think clashing these two together in those two uh, respects is going to be pretty interesting to see what they come up with for a challenge.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Because actually we have, oh no, we've seen both of them work individually before.
I mean, if I had to call it right now, I'd probably call D squared, but
So
that's
I actually call T Cool.
okay, okay. But
Let's see
the
how
only
they.
reason I say D squared is because I believe, first of all, I do think he has kind of a better writing style to him. I think he kind of gets his voice out a little better than T Cool does.
I think I'd agree with that. Yeah, I worked with him in the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and a lot of times he would be writing the scripts for the attractions,
Sure.
and he'd write. He is a very fluid, right? He might not be on the level of an R. Michael or a Sam. That's also because he's not as old as them too. I mean, you learn how to write as you go along. I didn't know how to write it. 14.
Oh, I could share things that I wrote in like freaking like 10th grade that would just make you shudder. I'm not even joking you. And back then I thought like I'm gonna be a famous writer. Yeah.
Ah,
No, no. Just no.
Well,
It's rather embarrassing.
that's all right. I have plenty of stories like that too.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I wrote a novel in like 4th grade called The Best Crayon. It was based on Toy Story.
Okay, I wrote a novel. I wrote a novel also, I believe, in 4th grade. Funny enough, called Cloud City, and it was about this like steampunk-esque expedition into not the Star Wars Cloud City, but just like
I was gonna say I thought it was about Lando Calrissian.
no. It's not about Lando Calrissian. It's basically like the idea of like Atlantis, but instead of going down into the ocean, it went up into the sky. And I literally even had like lines from Atlantis, the movie, that I just directly, like the whole bit of look, hey, it's a bridge. That whole bit was in there. But honestly, that's not even as bad because I was in like 4th grade then. What's really bad is in high school when I should have known better. But anyways.
We all should have known better in high school.
Right.
All right. So
this 50-page novel is gonna make me famous.
So I think we're actually
literally have like chapters be like 3 paragraphs. Like, yeah, that's a chapter. No, it's like an outline. Unless you're Dan Brown and you're writing like the Da Vinci Code, that's about it.
Yeah, he has pretty short chapters in those actually.
Yeah, but even those go on for like a few pages at least.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We got way off topic with that.
Yeah, we did.
So I actually think.
Are you Stephen King? No, I'm Dean Koontz. Oh.
That's from.
It's from Family Guy.
Oh, okay.
Peter runs over Dean Koontz, and then when he finds out he's not Stephen King, he proceeds to run over him even more.
Oh.
All right. Anyways.
All right. Well, I think we're split on that one.
I think we are, which is interesting. I think it could totally go either way.
I think so too, which is why I'm really excited.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't think T. Cole has a chance. I think T. Cole has a very good chance. I'm just saying, like, coin flip wise, if I had to guess right now, I'd probably guess D squared, just because I think D squared has more unique ideas generally, but it could totally go either. Like we said, like with all of these things, it depends on how much time they have. It depends on if the subject of the challenge speaks to them. I'm sorry, go ahead.
One thing we actually didn't mention, which is different than most of the other competitions, is that we don't know who the judge is. We don't know.
A mystery judge?
It's a guest judge. So it'll be announced on each challenge has a different judge.
Ooh, okay.
So it might be based on whether the judge likes out-of-the-box challenges or more, pure. That could be too. You never know.
Exactly. Yes. That's just kind of another layer to it where it's like not only do you have to impress the board, but you also have to impress this specific person.
Right. Who determines your fate solely by themselves.
Fun stuff.
At least that's what happened last year. I don't know if that's going to happen this year too. But yeah, so that one's a pretty cool matchup. And then we get to the very personalized matchup.
Oh boy.
Of the number 4 seed Matt versus the number 5 seed Tiki.
Matt, you going down, boy! You going down to the ground! That's Macho Man Randy Savage! Oh yeah! I'm gonna. I actually just saw the first Rocky for the first time last night.
Really?
Yeah, I know. You would have thought that I would have seen that movie before that. But no, I saw that movie for the first time, so I am all pumped up. So, let's go, Matt! I'm going to throw down! I want you like Apollo Creed would in Balboa! Yeah!
Pretty sure you just woke up the entire neighborhood.
I think I did. I think you're probably not watching that. I actually think this is a good matchup as well because, as I've said before, I think Matt is kind of like the Super Mario of the boards. in terms of like whenever you play something like Mario Tennis or Mario Kart, Mario is always like the median character. He has the median range of skill set. He's not the fastest, he doesn't jump the highest, but he's the most well averaged. And I think the same is true about Matt. I think Matt is very much kind of a well-oiled machine when it comes to these competitions.
Well, he's been around for a few years now.
He has.
Yeah, I think he was in last year's Elite Eight too. I think he went
I
up
have to go back and look, but yeah.
Armichael in that round. I think it was the 2 versus 7 seed maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm not looking at it on the boards, but I think he played Armichael, and I think Armichael won that round. But that was last year. I think from how much I worked with Matt in the choice, he really impressed me with his ideas. And like you said, you need ideas for this. And I think the one thing that maybe you have the edge on is while he has experience, I think you have even more experience in terms of, Imagineering concepts and stuff like that. And
I don't like to brag about this fact, but I do consider myself kind of the person who invented Armchair Imagineering competitions on the internet.
Well, I mean, yours has been going on for what, 12 seasons now?
12 seasons.
Yeah.
And even before that, though, on a little site called mousetimes.com that doesn't exist anymore, I was trying to get up another Imagineering competition called the Imagineer, and that ran for a few seasons. So that even predates So You Want to Be an Imagineer.
Yeah, so there's a ton of experience in that regard.
A ton of experience, but I will fully admit that as of like the last 4 or 5 years or so, I really haven't been doing that much Armchair Imagineering. When I do it, I can come up with some good stuff, like you saw with the Soul Imagineer and also the Creator games. But
you came in second in the Creator games and then 4th or 5th or something in the...
I came in 5th in Soul Imagineer. I probably would have lasted a lot longer were it not for the social politics and then my big blunder of being just like, hey, look at me, I'm running the game, everyone. You're all my puppets.
You really have to avoid that next year.
Obviously.
You really have to avoid saying that on air to everyone.
Well, next year, my strategy is to have no strategy, if that makes any sort of sense.
No, that makes sense.
I'm basically going to be the England next year. I'm just going to be like, all right, guys, anything you want, I'll go with.
Well, I actually think that a lot of new people are going to play who might not be as in tune with the strategy aspect. So, I don't know. I mean, that's just my guess.
It's all about getting a united team on that game.
Yeah.
At least for the first part of it, obviously, before the merge. Anyways.
Making drafts.
I think I have a decent shot here, but I think a lot of it's going to depend on what the subject matter of the challenge is. If it's something that I just don't have a lot of passion for, I could easily see myself just phasing out.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, I am kind of coming up on finals with my Photoshop class, and I also am just, always up to my neck in podcasting stuff. So I'm a busy guy. I like to think of myself as a busy guy.
Yeah.
Although I'm unemployed. But
I also think that it's sometimes difficult to think of a challenge, especially since if you've never been to the place. I don't know, that could be another factor too.
That is definitely a factor. Yeah.
Because if you've never ridden an attraction before, it's kind of hard to come up with a design for.
For example, like I think the best project that my team put together with the choice was easily the Universal Studios Hollywood project.
Oh, yeah, because you've been there before.
Obviously, I have. Yeah, I've been there 3 times. So yeah.
It helps a lot if you have experience with the place too.
If you physically know the layout, for sure.
Yeah.
For
sure. Because then you don't have to waste time researching it or trying to imagine it in your head via a map or something. It's a lot easier when you've actually had experience being there. So, yeah, I think you bring up a good point, and I think this is a pretty even matchup as well. I think the last 2 here that we did are probably.
I would honestly probably give the edge to Matt if I was predicting it.
All right.
I mean, I'd like to say myself, but I'm just going to be honest here.
Well, I mean, if I played, I never would have picked myself for the first round.
Right.
I always feel bad picking that. So,
I mean, I could just like, unless it's something like, hey, Tiki, do like a Gravity Falls dark ride or some, something like that that just plays right to my strengths.
yeah.
If it's something like the more generic it is, I think the harder time I'm gonna have. Like if it's anything to do with entertainment or parades or anything, I'm gonna be screwed. I'm gonna be like done. That's kind of my Achilles heel with these sorts of challenges is the parades and the entertainment.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of my Achilles heel too. That advertisements.
Oh yeah, marketing.
I hate those. No, if you're trying to get me out of a competition, just make it all marketing. Because I'm just not good at that. I don't know. What am I going to say? Dream, believe, create.
Come to Disneyland.
We have rides.
5-hour-long lines. And more angry AP holders who think they own the place than you can handle. Hi, monkey.
Actually, I'll go against the grain here. Even though I do think Matt's chances are pretty good here, especially with all that you said. I'll pick you.
Okay, I appreciate it.
For funsies.
All right, for funsies.
It's all for
fun. Okay. So I guess that just leaves one thing, right?
Biggest thing of them all.
Of course.
The thing that determines everything.
Give me 1 sec. I'm grabbing for.
All right.
I'm grabbing for my pen paper so I can mark this all down. Okay, let's get into the frickin' fantasy draft. Yeah.
Should pick a team name.
I should. Okay. Shit. I don't know.
There's your team name.
No.
You can't put that on the form.
The Good Dinosaurs. Let's go with that.
All right.
The Good Dinosaurs.
What other movies came out recently?
Spectre.
The Kylo Rens.
The Kylo Rens.
Or the Knights of Ren. The Knights of Ren. I'll pick that.
Okay. The Knights of Ren versus the Good Dinosaurs. Oh God. Okay. So let me see. We have T Cool, Armichael, IDI, myself, Matt, Sam, Jokers, and D Squared, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So without further ado, do you want to I've got my trusty, let's see. Yeah, there you can see the units
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
My 1964 World's Fair coin, one of my most prized possessions. So you want to go ahead and call in the air?
Yeah, I'll go. All right, tails.
Nope, I got heads. I got heads.
No, I guess
Armichael.
You fell into my trap. Yes. No, that was I'm gonna go with you. Number 1 overall, or number 2 overall.
Well, I think you just made a big mistake with that, but okay.
I'm trying to motivate you here, Tiki.
And I'm trying to keep your expectations realistic.
I'm pretty sure I just demotivated you so that I lose the. I know I'm not gonna do anything.
Right. I'm gonna be a dick and just go with the second seed and go with IDI.
All right. Well, I have to go against the grain now, so I'll go with Jokers.
Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna own you in this. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pick my boy D Squared.
I'm going to pick Matt so that at least I have one person reach the Final Four. I can't lose.
But you don't know that because that's true. Yeah, it's either
I have. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Who are the two people left?
Okay, so Sam, I guess that leaves Sam and T-Cool, correct?
Okay, I'm gonna go with T Cool.
No, 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 it's my turn.
All right, then you're gonna go with T Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with T-Cool. Screw you.
I'll go with Sam. Sam, don't let me down.
Okay, okay. Oh man.
This is gonna be an epic fail of a draft.
I don't know. I think this is not the best fantasy draft I've ever seen from you. Oh man. I think you've got an uphill battle here.
I did do well in the choice. I won the choice thing.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You did. Didn't you get like three? You got like three out of the four final four.
I got all three for the creator games too. All three
Right.
finals.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
I had a couple good runs, but not this one though. Although
you're already confident enough to say that. Not this one. Not this
I shouldn't say that. Everyone in this is going to do well. Just a matter of who's actually going to win it in the end.
Just to iterate, I have on my team the Good Dinosaurs, Michael, ID Institute, D Squared, and T Cool. And on the Knights of Ren, we have myself, we have Jokers, we have Matt, and we have Sam.
Actually, that's not a bad team. I don't know what you're talking. Actually, I like that team.
I think Sam's in a lot of trouble with Michael. I think Joker could very well just drop off the face of the earth with his school. And I'm not so confident about my chances myself. So.
I'm literally, Matt, you're my only hope.
Help me, Matt. Matty Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope.
Matty Wan Kenobi.
and Matt, that's your new nickname. Congratulations. Congratulations. And on that note, I will go out on that. So let's get a couple of Leia Organa repeats in there. Help me, Matty Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Help me, Matty Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Come on.
Wait, you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Help me, Matty Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Please.
All right. And with that, good night, everyone.